While you're stressing over every penny on your tax return, someone just made $1 million and paid zero in taxes, completely legally. The government is hoping you never find out how. Look at your last paycheck. See that number next to federal withholding? That is your time, your energy, and your future being siphoned away before you even touch it. You have been told that taxes are the price we pay for a civilized society. But for a select few, taxes are entirely optional. They are not smarter than you. They are not even working harder. They are simply using a different version of the law. There are two tax codes in America. One is designed to take from those who work for money. The other is designed to reward those who provide what the government needs. Most people think the IRS is a collection agency. It is not. It is an incentive program. And the biggest incentives are buried in the dirt. Imagine two people. Let's call the first one Mark. Mark is a high earner. He is a surgeon making $500,000 a year. He works 80 hours a week. He is responsible. Yet, after the IRS takes its cut, Mark is left with barely half. He is on a treadmill he cannot get off. Now look at Sarah. Sarah owns an apartment complex. She also made $500,000 this year. But while Mark is writing a 6-figure check to the Treasury, Sarah is getting a refund. How is that possible? Is it a loophole? Is it illegal? No. It is a mechanism built into the very foundation of the U.S. economy. The government wants housing. They do not want to build it themselves because they are inefficient. So, they make you a deal. You provide the roof, and they will provide the shield. This shield is something called depreciation. But it is not what you think. Most people think depreciation is just a boring accounting term. In reality, it is a phantom. It is a loss that exists on paper, but not in your bank account. Think about it. When you buy a car, it loses value the moment you drive it off the lot. That is a real loss. You feel it. But real estate usually goes up in value. Yet, the IRS allows you to pretend it is falling apart. They let you deduct a portion of the building's value every single year, as if it is rotting away, even while the market price is skyrocketing. You are making money in the real world, but you are losing money in the IRS world. This is the phantom loss. It is the first layer of the secret. But here is where it gets controversial. If you are just a casual investor, the IRS limits how much of that phantom loss you can use. They do not want the average person to escape the system too easily. They have built a wall. But there is a door in that wall. It is called the real estate professional status. If you can prove you spend more time on real estate than anything else, that wall vanishes. Suddenly, those paper losses from your buildings do not just wipe out your rental income. They can wipe out your salary, your bonuses, your spouse's income, everything. You could be a multi-millionaire living a luxury lifestyle, and on paper, you are essentially broke. This is why you see billionaires paying less in taxes than their secretaries. It is not a glitch, it is the design. But wait, there is a catch. Eventually, you have to sell, right? And when you sell, the IRS wants their money back. They call it recapture. They are patient. They will wait decades to catch you. Or so they want you to think, because the wealthy have a way to dodge that too. It is a maneuver called the 1031 exchange. It is basically a get-out-of-jail-free card that you can use over and over again. Instead of paying taxes when you sell, you just roll the profit into a bigger property. You keep the phantom losses. You keep the cash flow. You keep the growth. And the tax bill, it just disappears into the future. It is a game of kick the can. But the can never hits the ground. This creates a compounding effect that is mathematically impossible to achieve in a 401k or a stock portfolio. You are playing with the government's money. Imagine if you went to a casino and every time you lost, the house gave you your money back. But every time you won, they let you keep the chips and play again without taking a cut. You would be the richest person in the room. That is exactly what the U.S. tax code does for real estate investors. But there is one final piece to this puzzle, the holy grail that the government truly keeps in the shadows. It is the one thing that ensures the taxman never gets paid, not even when you are gone. Most people spend their lives building a nest egg, only for the government to take a massive bite out of it when they pass it to their children. But for the elite real estate investor, there is a final move. A move so powerful it feels like a cheat code for reality. It is called the step-up in basis. When you spend a lifetime rolling your taxes forward, using the phantom losses to live tax-free, and building a massive empire, the tax bill finally comes due at death. Or does it? Under current law, when you pass those properties to your heirs, the cost of those properties resets to the current market value. The decades of taxes you owed, poof, gone, vanished. Your children inherit the buildings as if they bought them today. The phantom finally wins. This is not just about money. It is about freedom. It is about realizing that the system you were taught to trust, the system of go to school, get a job, pay your taxes, is only one side of the coin. The other side is where the true wealth is built. It is where the rules work for you, not against you. You have been told that the only way to get ahead is to grind harder. But you cannot outrun a system that is designed to harvest your labor. You have to change the game you are playing. You have to stop being the one who pays the incentives and start being the one who receives them. But how do you actually start? How do you move from being a Mark to being a Sarah? How do you claim the real estate professional status if you have a full-time job? And what is the specific acceleration tactic that allows you to take 20 years of tax breaks in a single year? Most people will never ask these questions. They will just keep paying. They will keep complaining about the rich while following the rules that keep them poor. But you are still here. You have seen behind the curtain. The question is, now that you know the secret, what are you going to do about the one thing the IRS is most afraid of you discovering? Because the next step is the one they never intended for you to take.